You know, I bought this car 5 years ago as a project for my 9-year-old son and me to work on. The only thing that really is original in the car is the windshield and the rear window. I live in a gated community. Everybody knows when I'm on my way in.
Yeah.
There's a long drive before the gate and it goes through the golf course, and it looks like a Pomona.
What is up, everybody? Matt McAdam here, your truck editor at Driving Line. Today we are at a top secret location here in Orange County. I'm going to be meeting up with a guy named Wally, who is a customer of a friend of mine's shop, Shear Performance. You guys know them. They built the lunch truck. We had a couple episodes shot at that location. They built this car a couple years ago, and it is really, really cool. It is a 1969 Camaro Z28. I asked him if he'd come out here and meet me to do a photo shoot, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me on this shoot today just to check this car out and meet John and kind of get a little bit of a backstory on this car and how it became what it is today. So I got the Crown Vic behind me. The thing is filthy, man. It needs washed so badly. So I just got back from a couple of trips out in the desert this weekend, and I'm gonna try to get this thing washed up today, but for now it's gonna stay dirty until we get this photo shoot done. Man, it is freaking hot out here, so I'm gonna hop back in the Crown Vic and fire up the AC and just hang out until John gets here. There's not really a lot of good photo shoot locations left around Orange County, which is why I chose this particular spot here for this photo shoot. It's unique in the fact that it's actually, it's an old abandoned building is what it looks like. I'll show you guys here. So it's got like a cool like loading dock thing where you can drive up on and park a car up there and do some shots, and then bring it down here on the bottom level and have it up against the loading dock. So it's kind of unique and it's kind of interesting. It definitely doesn't look and feel like Orange County, but it is very close to home, so it's really nice to be able to shoot a car here. I don't want to disclose the exact location because I don't want to burn this spot out. A lot of guys tend to, you know, take advantage of places like this and do stupid stunts and really burn it out, and that's when they put up, you know, fences and close places off and don't allow anybody to come in here without security access. Should be arriving here any minute. Kind of a hard spot to get to if you've never been here before, so I'm expecting he'll probably give me a call here and I'll go out and grab him and bring him in back here to the spot.
Google keeps trying to take me through the construction site. Where is this place?
Where are you right now? I can come out and get you.
I'm on the corner of Girard. I just pulled over Girard and...
Give me 1 second. Let me see where that's at. Hang on.
Google Maps, for whatever reason, keeps trying to send me to the same construction zone entrance.
Here he is. This thing gets better and better looking every time I see it. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, no problem.
Appreciate it. So tell me a little bit about the car, John.
You know, I bought this car 5 years ago as a project for my 9-year-old son and me to work on, and I brought it to Shear Performance to have him check it out to make sure it was safe. It was a driver at that point, and he said, "What was your goal?" And I told him my goal was really I wanted to have 500 horsepower. I wanted to have something that was comfortable I could drive every day. I've had 6 Porsches, and I get more looks driving this vehicle.
Oh yeah,
more thumbs up than any Porsche I've ever owned in my life.
I can imagine.
And so I brought it into Justin, and he said, "What's your goal?" I said, "Here's what it is." He said, "When do you want to start?" I said, "Now." And 5 years later, here we are with the car.
Yeah.
It's been totally reconditioned. The only thing that really is original in the car is the windshield and the rear window.
Wow. Everything else has been touched on it.
Everything else has been done from the LS engine, gone over with big heads, Texas speed, big cam, LS6 manifold, dyno tuned, Tremec 6-speed, coilovers all around, mini tub to try and get some traction, which is still a challenge.
Of course.
Running the Nitto drag tires. I live in a gated community. Everybody knows when I'm on my way in. There's a long drive before the gate and it goes through the golf course, and It looks like a Pomona.
The drag strip.
It looks like Pomona.
So is this like a weekend vehicle for you? Do you drive it during the week?
I drive it, yeah. My office is only 5 minutes from my home, so I pull in the office. Oh, look, everybody gets a kick out. I drive it as much as I can. Cool. That's what I made it for, to drive it and be enjoyable. And that's, you know, what Justin and the guys did over at Shear. They did a fantastic job making a reliable car out of a 50-year-old vehicle. Yeah. That wasn't meant to last.
Exactly. So it started its life as a 69 Z28.
Was actually a Z28 was actually Z28. I'm the third owner of the car. The car actually came out of Missouri.
Wow, okay.
I had a client of mine go look at the car, and he said, John, it's a solid car. That's what you're looking for, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Perfect.
And it was a driver.
Yeah.
It was red. It looked, you know, red and white. How do you go wrong?
Yeah.
Had some goofy chrome wheels on it. They went right away.
But no frills otherwise.
Yeah, no, it had no performance, had nothing. We put the motor in. We did all the work. We had the interior work done on it.
Yeah.
Justin mini tubbed it, like I said, to try and get some traction on it. Yeah. And it looks cool.
Of course, yeah. Did Justin choose the paint scheme on it, or did you?
No, I chose the paint on it.
Because I know he's all about the orange and white. Yeah,
well, it's funny.
That's his logo and everything.
Talking, I pulled up the codes, and the original color of the car was silver.
Really?
Okay. Cortez silver, and almost all of my Porsches were silver. And I'm a Porsche guy. My F-150 silver. All my cars are silver because they stay clean.
Right.
And I thought, you know, after all the work that Justin did on this car, it had to beg to the classic yellow. Yeah. And the orange. Had to class with the classic orange. Justin actually wanted to do yellow, and I go, no, yellow's not meant for me. Yeah. So the Hugger orange is more classic, I think, than any vehicle in the 69. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the stripes are fantastic.
We kept with the stock interior as best we could.
Yep.
Justin had a guy come out and leather wrap everything.
Wow.
On the interior, and then we worked with TMI, who was absolutely fantastic to work with, where we kept the old houndstooth and put leather around it. Yeah. And I wanted to keep the interior as stock as possible. Right, right. We even had an audio system put in where it literally took us, actually my son and myself, I'm not kidding, 6 months to find a radio to put in the dash. That would fit because everybody threw those 1969 radios out and put 8-tracks in. Yep, that's right. We had a hideaway system put in, and everything, you look at the dash, it looks stock. All the controls are sit underneath the seat on a wire. Perfect. It's fantastic. Nice and clean.
So let's do a little walk around it. So you got these 555Rs in the back, 555s in the front. The Nittos, they're nice drag radial tires in the rear. The fronts are more of like a street version of that drag tire, so it's perfect combo. And then in here, that interior looks super nice. Wow.
I was really trying to shoot for that nostalgic look. Yeah. Because a lot of guys do change the cars up, and I do appreciate what everybody does to cars. Yeah. This one just needed to be a sleeper look. Yeah, you know, as best you could sleep.
Resto mods are cool and all that, but I really, really enjoy it when you find a car that, from a visual standpoint, looks to be mostly original. Yes. And then you kind of get into more of the performance aspects of it, and that's where the upgrades and the money was spent.
Well, yes, it does. Yes, the money does get spent. And look at the auto shows. You know, we'll do I live in San Juan, so we'll do the San Clemente show, which is probably one of the better shows in San's. The Dana Point, the San Juan Hill show, and everybody looks at the car and they start looking, wow, there's nothing you haven't touched on this, from the coilovers to the 14-inch Woodwood brakes up front and the 6-piston. I mean, it's meant to drive and have fun and stop and be as safe as possible.
Exactly. But from a 40 foot away, you know, it doesn't look like this crazy resto mod machine that they did a body kit on and all this crazy stuff. And
like I said,
it looks to be mostly original. So that's the cool part.
And that's, you know, what I was shooting for. I mean, I've gone around with Justin a little bit on, hey, you know, what do you think about, you know, the windows, and you can go to the seamless stuff. I read a lot of magazines and stuff, obviously. And I said, John, it doesn't beg it. You got to stick with where you're at. You just find that nostalgic look, stay with it. And that's where I've stayed.
I'm really glad that you went with that way with it. Yeah.
It drives very fast. Yeah. Like I said, I've had 6 Porsches. There's nothing to save you on here, so
of course.
It is a lot of fun to go. Yeah. You know, get a little sideways sometimes and throttle steer the car. I don't think anybody knows how to do that anymore.
That's right. There's so many computer systems and traction aids and all kinds of stuff in these new cars that I personally believe it's making drivers dumber as a whole.
Well, a good friend of mine made a comment to me about horsepower and technology. He said, you're going to run out of talent before you're a horsepower.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's such a true statement.
Yeah. Yep, that's very true. And it takes a car like this to teach somebody how to drive like that. So,
well, it's funny. My son's now 14, and he's like, "Dad, can I drive this car?" I said, "You don't know how to drive a manual transmission."
yeah,
Most people don't anymore.
you got to learn now.
Gotta learn. You'll learn something else.
Exactly. Not on this car. You get like an old Volkswagen or something.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Try to keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
You know, hide as much as we could.
So this is an LS1
It's a
5.7 liter?
Yeah, it's a 5.7. It's running the Texas Speedheads, a custom cam that was ground to Justin's specifications,
Yep.
and an LS6 manifold on it.
Okay, yeah, so Texas Speed heads, Texas Speed cam. And if I'm not mistaken, you just had this dyno tuned last week or so, wasn't it?
Yes, we just had it dyno tuned, really just to try and tweak as much performance out of the motor as we could.
Yep.
And it made power all the way up to 6,400 RPM, so definitely is a runner.
That's great. Yeah, so that way you don't have any drop off when you're up in the higher end. And it made, what, 444, right?
444 at the rear wheel, so that's probably 510 at the crank.
Yeah,
approximately.
Which is great for an LS1. That's, you know, those are great numbers for a naturally aspirated car.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
happy with it.
Yeah.
Very happy with the drivability as well, which is important. Especially, you know, we got the vintage air on it for comfort.
Yep, I see that. Yeah, for these hot days we have here in Orange County once in a while.
Well, yeah, you know, with that, well, yeah, once in a while, exactly. You know, and then we did the Hydro Boost for the brake system due to the cam in it. It was like pushing a 2x4 without it.
Yeah, I
It
can
was just
imagine.
horrific. And all my friends who old race guys said, you know what, you can't get an LS motor to have a lope. I said, watch this guy. And he's got that lope, and the minute you hit the brakes, the first time I picked it up, I go, what's with the brakes on this thing? I thought we put Willwoods on it.
Yeah.
He said, well, we'll take care of that problem next time you bring it back up.
If you put enough pressure to it, you can stop the car, but that's where that Hydro Boost really comes into play. That Willwood master cylinder is beautiful too. Look at that.
Yeah, and he did a proportionate valve on it. I've just pretty much left it alone. We've tracked the car up at Willow Springs a couple of times. It was interesting because there was a bunch of a couple pro athletes up there with their wives' Porsches.
Yeah.
And there's literally, as I'm coming down the straightaway at Willow Springs, they're standing on the wall just
cheering you on.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is a Koi wheel, interestingly enough, you asked that, because I actually, I'm running a 12-inch wheel on the back, and the biggest wheel that this company makes, and the company is really great to do business with, is they sent me a pair of 10s, and I found a guy, there's only 2 of them left, that will custom weld a rim.
Yeah.
And TIG weld it and do donor rims, and he's up in, I cannot remember the name, Monrovia.
Okay.
And right as you go down Main Street, Monrovia, which is cute, all the little coffee shops, and there's a little machine shop that's been there forever.
Yeah.
How the guy is still open, I have no idea, because you walk in, it's all the big belts, piles of shavings everywhere. I'm like, how come OSHA doesn't shut this guy down? Because they don't know about him.
Right.
And he's this old guy, so
He's
he
just
actually
buried in
custom,
there, yeah.
He did the rims. You can kind of see a little bit if you look inside the rim, where he TIG welded the rim so you get a 12-inch rim.
I see that down there. Yeah.
I wanted to keep a nostalgic look, and on the Z28, this was the rim that you really had back in that era.
Yeah, totally.
And so it was really hard, and a good friend of mine told me and said, John, this guy knows how to do this.
Yeah.
I said, and it's not going to fall apart? He said, no, this guy really knows what he's doing. I talked to the guy. He's got guys from doing Porsches to race cars. He had a year log just to do rims.
Just backlogged stuff.
Backlog of a year, just doing rim service. Only
Yeah.
him and a guy in Detroit doing them now. That is it, a lost art, kind of like a watchmaker.
Absolutely, yeah. And the hot rodders are the only guys keeping them in business, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's very clean, very nice. Oh, and you got the LS powered license plate. So in case you guys were wondering if you're sitting behind John in traffic, yes, that does have an LS in it.
Or as my son said, less power.
Less power.
I said, that's even better.
Yeah. Move before flight, and it's an orange. I've never seen one in orange before. They're always red. Oh, beautiful. Look at that.
So we kept it as stock as possible. We had the stereo guy do it and trying to hide as much as he could.
Yep. And the tub work just looks like it belongs there.
Yeah, Justin did a really fantastic job in making everything solid.
Very cool. You got the factory stickers on there too. Should we stage this thing for some photos?
Absolutely, sounds terrific.
Let's do it. That's perfect. Yep, we're good in the shade here. Looks good. Yeah.
Send me some stuff, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I appreciate you meeting with me today.
No problem. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Give us a little blip out of here. Gotta love that. That was sick. Oh man. Well, I definitely got a little more than I bargained for with John on that last little bit right there. That LS1 sounds so sick, man. I mean, 444 horsepower, just a lot of power for an old car like that, but it's been completely gone through, so that thing is just amazing. Funny enough, as soon as he left right here, and a police officer actually just came around the corner and he asked me what I was doing back here, and I said, oh, I'm just taking some pictures of my car for a magazine. And he had just missed the the burnout that John laid down over here. I had a lot of fun here shooting with John today. You know, doing these little photo shoots around here, like last week I did the one with Ponderosa. That's a lot of fun for me to just be able to head out of the office right here and just go to some little oddball location and shoot a car for a couple hours and then get back and start editing those photos. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna compile all these photos and videos, and I'm gonna get this episode up for you guys. It's gonna be this week's Chasing Dust. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode, please go ahead and like, comment, share this video with your other hot rod friends, your gearhead buddies, you know, all those guys. I'm sure they'd love to see this kind of stuff, whether it's truck or domestic muscle or import or off-road, whatever it might be. And if you guys like Driving Line and all the cool videos we're putting together, subscribe to us. And there's actually a little notification button there with a bell on it. If you click that, you'll be the first to know whenever we get a new episode up or a new video. We have a lot of really cool series coming out, a lot of cool content coming out of our channel. So until next time, guys, this is Chasing Dust with Matt McAdam, your truck editor at Driving Line. I'll catch you on the next one.